Thank you for bringing me up. I wanted to kind of build on that and ask about what is the role of self-worthiness and how that affects everything that we may be experiencing.
It affects everything, because how you feel is your point of attraction, and what comes to you can't get around how you feel. Even though you're asking, if you don't feel worthy, it's like you've got an umbrella up that's shielding it. So even though inspiration and ideas and all kinds of opportunities are flowing, you're kind of shielding yourself from them and not letting them in. But we want to explain worthiness to you in a way that you haven't thought of before, and in a way that is exactly the way that it is, and it's going to serve several purposes all at the same time. So just relax. This is going to make so much sense to you. So we've been explaining to you that you were source energy before you came into this physical body, blah, 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 blah. You've heard it so many times. And that a part of you has come into this body, and you're sifting and sorting and coming to your own personal decisions and preferences and conclusions about things. And you're shooting these rockets of desires into this vibrational reality, and law of attraction and your inner being are gathering all those cooperative components. And so your wonderful life is gestating and becoming and getting ripe and ready for you to receive it. But at the same time that all of the things that you want relative to your life, your finances, your relationships, everything, at the same time that it's growing and getting ready for you, you must be vibrationally growing and getting ready for it. You can't be discouraged and be in the receptive mode of all of this wonderment that you have created. So as you hear us and play more and are nicer to yourself and meditate more and get good sleep and treat yourself well and look for positive aspects and feel good more and more and more of the time, so that you're commonly in what we are calling that receptive mode, then ideas occur to you and your timing is really good, and you find yourself often living in that sweet spot where something will occur to you and you will see quite readily the results of your being tuned in. Nothing gives you a greater sense of worthiness or well-being than to watch the universe knocking itself out to accommodate the things that you have asked for. But if you don't know how the laws of the universe work, so you're just sort of stumbling into happiness or stumbling into thought, and you're not doing it purposefully, then you often don't make the important association between the thoughts that you were thinking and the emotion that you were deliberately conjuring and the results of all of that. But when you went to bed at night and you deliberately said, I'm going to sleep well and I'm going to rest well, and I love my sweet body and I'm thankful for this life experience, and tomorrow when I wake up, it's going to be a whole new day with a fresh start. And then you wake up and you breathe deeply and you feel glad for the day. And then you deliberately look for positive aspects and you tune yourself to the frequency of who you really are. And then you take it further by listening to one of the meditation CDs or deliberately doing something to tune yourself. And then you pay attention to the way you feel. And here's the newest piece that we've been giving you. You know how when you're driving, you have a sense of how to stay where you need to be. You don't try to occupy the same space that another vehicle is occupying. And when you feel the rumble strip under your right wheels, you don't deliberately just drive off into the bar pit. You align yourself back into your lane. You do it intuitively and wisely. And so now you've awakened, you feel good, and you're deliberately staying in your lane. When a negative thought begins to come into your awareness, you recognize the rumble strip and you get back in your lane. You do it before the momentum of it takes you into a place that you don't want to be. And so now you are so often tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and you now are the witness of the universe yielding to you. And because you're in the receptive mode, you get the hint, you feel the impulse, you say the words, and not only does it move you steadily toward the things you want, it holds you constantly in a state of feeling your empowerment, of knowing your value. And that is our definition of worthiness. It's feeling the entire universe cooperating with you. It's not being in need and then the bad lifting up off of you. That can't even happen. It's you deliberately understanding the laws and understanding your guidance and staying in your lane and guiding yourself deliberately. When you feel that rumble strip, if you ignore it, now all 4 wheels are on the other side of it. And now 2 of the wheels are off in the grass, and now the grass has you in the mud, and now you're spinning and skidding, and now you're off the bridge, you're off the cliff, and now you need a whole new body, and it takes time. You see, where if you're paying attention to the rumble strip, which is the way we're describing negative emotion, and when you feel it, you don't condemn yourself, you understand it, you use it as a guidance that it is, then you stay in that sweet spot. And really, that's our definition of worthiness, is consciously and deliberately guiding thought in order to be a steady receiver of the well-being that Source is showering down all around you. And if you're not doing that, there's not enough words in the world to make you feel worthy, because words don't teach. We can tell you all day, every day that you are, but unless you're letting yourself be the benefit of your connection to those resources, you don't feel it. Enough or something more?
Also, I just want to say, about a month ago, when I was purchasing the tickets for this, I said that I was going to be called up on stage in the right time for this discussion on worthiness, and you just helped me make that connection of my power again. So thank you.
It's really good. How you feel is everything, because how you feel is what you be in any moment in time. In other words, that's the life you're living. How you're feeling is 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 what it's about. And it doesn't matter what you're using as your excuse to feel the way you want to feel, focusing upon that aspect of your focused ability. Because when you remember that you are a vibrational being, and when you remember that the way you feel is about your vibrational alignment, when you consciously utilize your emotional guidance system in order to deliberately activate a frequency within yourself that allows alignment with the frequency of your source, when you get this all into the perspective of who you really are as brilliant, genius, leading edge creators, to practice that vibrational frequency and allow that improvement to fill in all of the magnificent ways that it will. We want you to accept that emotion as the first manifestation. You could say that because you can find a way of feeling good immediately, you have the ability to accomplish instant manifestation. You have the ability to accomplish instant manifestation. And if you will accept that emotion that you can achieve within 10 minutes, no matter what, we're not kidding you, as the manifestation that you are looking for, then you will accomplish a vibrational container. The first manifestation is a feeling. Next, you'll start having thoughts that match it. Good feeling thoughts that match it. So the next manifestation, after the manifestation of the emotion, will be more manifestations, more things that enhance that first manifestation. So the emotion's just going to feel better. It's going to get stronger. It's going to feel more specific. So we could say to you, in fact we will, that this first manifestation is a general manifestation, in that I feel good just because I want to, or I feel good because I'm anticipating things coming, don't know what, don't know where, don't know when, don't know who necessarily, and don't need those specifics to feel good. That's the point that we want you to come to. I don't need all of those specifics to initially feel good, because I can feel good in the general sense that things always work out for me, in the general sense that the laws of the universe are always consistent, in the general sense that I have an emotional guidance system that will help me to keep myself in alignment with who I am, in the general sense that I accept that I am a worthy being. That's general, but most of you aren't really doing a very good job of that, because you have specifically been not feeling worthy for a very long time. So when we say, oh, you are worthy, you say, yeah, but tell me how to get the things I want. And we say, well, you have to feel worthy, you have to feel capable, you have to feel excited, you have to be vibrationally ready before those things can come. You can feel better now about anything that is your desire or your issue. We want you to do it for the instant manifestation of achieving the vibrational emotion of well-being, which is the reason that you want every single thing to come into being anyway. When you discover the power of your ability to focus, the power of your ability to focus yourself into a good feeling emotion, you are free from all bondage. You are free from all bondage, which exists for only one reason. It exists because there is vibrational resistance within you that you've practiced into place. And when you let go of that vibrational resistance that you've practiced into place, then it's as simple as saying, I like that. You achieve the vibrational good feeling of it, and then the universe says to you, and we're not kidding you about this at all, that feeling that is chronically present within you matches this. Would you like some of it? Matches this. Would you like some of it? Matches this. Matches this. Matches this clarity. Matches this vitality. Matches this stamina. Matches this conversation with this lovely person. Matches this piece of information that is just the right information at the right time. Matches this rendezvous with this set of people. Matches this experience. Matches this manifestation. In other words, the matching just gets more and more and more and more deliciously and satisfyingly specific. But you got to start with the foundation that as it fills in with stuff you do want rather than stuff you don't want. You are more than you see in these physical bodies. You sense that. We want you to know it. If you can accept that the idea is the manifestation, and you can revel in the fact that you are consciousness exploring variety, and that out of that variety is born desire, and that desire matters more than everything else put together, because that desire is the expansion of the universe. If you can accept that as your creation and relax into the knowing that you have done what you came to do, in the absence of resistance, it is our promise to you that the specifics of that desire will fill in around you in the most delightful dance. No matter how long you've been in that place, no matter how long you've practiced that negative emotion, no matter what the conditions you're standing in that you're observing that may be making you feel less than good, it doesn't matter how big, bad, and awful whatever it is that you think you're living, 10 minutes is as long as we think it would ever take to achieve the important manifestation of the improved emotional state of being. And if you can accomplish the emotion and can maintain the emotion, the details will fill in, and you will feel like the most blessed, loved, cared for, worthy being who has ever lived in any environment, because everything just fills in and says, here's more, lovely one, of what you're looking for. Here's more, here's more, here's more. There is no exception to your ability to achieve.